Hello, everybody. Welcome to the WrestleMania week, of course. Welcome. We're going to do the predictions today. Um, Welcome. My name is JJ Abbink. I'm pro wrestling critic for GTA Sports Studio. Welcome to our show. I have to put my camera a little bit straight. It seems like I'm sitting in a half rolled, upside down on the side. Anyway, welcome to the show, as I said, and we're going to have a loaded show. We're going to predict 14 matches, people. It's a very big card. So let's go directly straight away. And we're starting off on night one with the tag team turmoil match, Lana and Naomi versus Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose versus the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan and Ruby Riot versus Natalia and Tamina. And the winner, of course, of this match will face Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships at night 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to combine these matches because otherwise I'm skipping back, forward, and back, and then we all get confused, and that's nothing wrong. Well, let's take a look at this match. Naomi is, of course, from Florida. Lana is, of course, has come from a period that she was over, but she actually has gone a little bit quiet. Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose had also a huge storyline, of course, with Otis. And the Riot Squad, well, we know all about that, but I set my paces on Lana and Naomi, and that they will go further and to face Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Talking about the match, even though if it's nice to be said and nice to be shown, I don't think really a tag team title on Lana and Naomi will fit them. I'm so sorry. And I think unless there is something, a shenanigans, because that has been playing up, of course, I think the victor will be Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. This can change, and that's the only thing I change if there has been written some shenanigans, as they've been written out the last few weeks, and that Reginald is coming in between them. That could easily be, and I hate to see it. In a way, I would like to see Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax being split up. I think it's holding more or less Shayna Baszler back. I think she deserves way much better, especially after her time in NXT, where she did so great as a singles competitor and as NXT Women's Champion. I mean, take a look last year. She demolished everybody in the Elimination Chamber, and came very dominant role after that on Raw. Yet she lost to Becky, and well, it didn't do actually much good. They could have just put the title on Shayna Baszler because, well, we all know that I forgot the name now. Damn, that is good with me, terrible with name. But anyway, Shayna Baszler, I think she needs to be more top of the card and not in this tag team. It's confusing. I'm tired already of these women's tag team titles. It doesn't make sense. You already have a limited women's division, then put a tag team title on it. I know there's a lot of women coming on this way. I hope also after last night seeing NXT Takeover Deliver that Io Shirai is soon making it to the main roster. She deserves it. She had a good run as women's champion. And I think the women's division needs some strong competitors like Io Shirai. That's what I said, and I've been already many years. If you've been following, I've always been pro Io Shirai. I think she's amazing, a competitor with a bright future. All right, then we go further on night one with Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. Well, Seth Rollins is this match. I think is going to be the show stealer. For first of all, I'll explain you why. Cesaro can put up a great match with the swing and everything. Seth Rollins, he is a masterpiece. He is a main eventer. He can tell a very good story in the ring. I think this is a perfect coupling from these two to have a match. I think we're going to see a real good match, a real high, strong-based match. Of course, they have to do it themselves. I'm not going to say, well, I'm so hyped up and stacked up for this match and then they're going to be let down. I'm not saying, but the potential of this having the show stealer, definitely. Now, this is also making it so difficult because Seth Rollins, he just came back from becoming a daddy. And Cesaro, finally he gets his WrestleMania match, singles match, what he so eagerly deserved. And he is so underrated, that guy, and he puts up such great matches. Finally he gets that push. And I think if WWE is now smart, go further with that push on Cesaro. He deserves so much better, this guy. That makes it so tough to decide because we know how Vince is. Is he has finally a toy and then he's going to switch him out very quickly again. But I go with Cesaro to win, and I hope it. And I hope this is going to turn into a great, long, healthy push. Put the world title on Cesaro because he deserves that so much. Now, then we go to the potential match of the evening, to the big wham bam toilet breaker of the match, of the card. Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon. I don't give a fuck about this match. Sorry I say so. It's a steel cage match. That means, well, we can then predict it. Shane McMahon will do a dangerous dive from top of the cage on top of Braun Strowman. Something goes wrong, and we'll see a coast to coast maybe from Shane McMahon. It's standard procedure. It's getting boring. It's getting really, and Braun Strowman, I think it's a shame for him. Last year, he won the Universal title on WrestleMania, the big title, the big kahuna, and in the main event of WrestleMania. And this year, he has to do a comedy relief match. I'm so sorry. How do you get screwed over? I'm just saying. Then, of course, we have and Braun Strowman will go over. That's obvious. You know what I mean? And then the Tag Team Championships. The New Day versus that's Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods versus AJ Styles and Omos. This will be the debut of the Omos on the main roster, or having a match. The tall guy. The question here is, can he wrestle? Or are we going to see a repeat of the Great Khali? What in other words, he will suck. And then AJ Styles. Now, AJ Styles, I always have major respect for the guy. The guy can wrestle. He can put up a great match. He's been on the top of the world in every promotion. And the New Day, they need, I think, 2 more titles reigns to break a record. So it's easy pickings. We have new tag team champions, people, on WrestleMania, going to AJ Styles and Omos. Just saying. And then it was first a singles match, The Miz versus Bad Bunny. Now it's turned into a tag match, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus The Miz and John Morrison. John Morrison is apparently injured. So he will be standing outside the ring. And then you get mostly in the match The Miz versus Damian Priest. That is very easy to understand. And Bad Bunny, he comes in there and steal the pin because it's good for business to bring on the mainstream media hype to bring in that. That's all he's there for, people. It's selling of for mainstream media, nothing else. And what do we get actually out of it? That is the whole question. I mean, nobody. Only I hope that will go forward is actually Damian Priest, that he can get a good rub from this because he deserves it. But the Miz don't get anything either of it. Jill Morrison definitely not, while he deserves it. Only because of mainstream media, people. It is typical WWE again. I'm just saying. And then for the WWE Championship, I already talked to you about this. This is very hard pickings, people. It's Bobby Lashley with MVP versus Drew McIntyre. The thing is, what I think is going to happen. Drew McIntyre had a great, phenomenal run last year. Unfortunately, he became champion without a crowd. He could not, sell his thing for a full house. Now we have audience again. And remember when Drew McIntyre last year eliminated Brock Lesnar from the Royal Rumble, everybody in the crowd exploded. And that's what you need. And I think the show, this needed. We need this kind of cheer. So what is going to happen? I still want to see Bobby Lashley for the title against Brock Lesnar. I think that Drew McIntyre will become a three-time WWE champion. And just for that, we can get a feel-good moment and that we can have something, a big cheer. That is what it's all about. And then on who is apparently rumored to go on last for on night one, it's for the WWE SmackDown's Women's Championship, Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. Well, I must say there's been some good build-up. I'm not happy for it. I mean, Reginald in it, who cares? But they told a great story in the ring. And I'll be looking forward. And I know that Sasha, she can put up a real great match. I'm happy she's turned heel again. She actually doing better as a heel than a baby face. So I like that. Sasha Banks needs to be that arrogant bitch as she can play, as she can be, and come up and have a fight with Bianca Belair. Belair is perfectly in her role, the unbeatable rookie who's coming up and trying to do her best to get over. And I think what we're going to see is also, again, a new women's SmackDown's champion in the name of Bianca Belair. All of the moment of a good feel moment that everybody on night one can go happy home. Just saying. And don't get me wrong, Sasha deserves it. She has been a great champion, had a long title run, finally what she deserves. But it's time that we crown a new champion, people. And Bianca Belair, she's just came to the roster, but I think she's going to do great, people. Trust me. All right. And then we're going to night two. I already discussed the women's tag team championships. And then we're going over to Riddle versus Sheamus for the United States Championship. And if I'm correct, Sheamus has never won the United States Championship. Meaning, if he wins this, he can be a Grand Slam champion. So Riddle just won it. But I think it will be a great run for Sheamus. Sorry, that is just a little bit tired. I had a long day, people. So, being that said, Sheamus is going to win the United States Championship. You need also a heel champion on the card, people. All right, and then Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Yes, with the most disgusting, terrible, blood-sucking YouTuber there is on the whole planet. Yes, I despise that idiot. Logan Paul. All right. For the love of God, please, I'm begging you, let Kevin Owens win. It fits perfectly in the storyline. You know, again, that with conspiracy and all that stuff that's been told in the storyline would be fitting perfectly. And you could even build it up that actually Logan Paul, like he switches sides and stand together tall with Kevin Owens. Where did I hear that storyline before? Oh wait, Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin. WrestleMania. Just saying. I may be old, but I'm not forgetting people. All right, and of course, Kevin Owens is using the stutter. Damn, I'm so good, people. Arrogant. Anyway, Big E versus Apollo Crews, the Nigerian drum fight for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm tired of this match. We've seen it now so many times, people. But let's say if Big E retains, what will you do with Apollo Crews? I mean, where does he go from here if he loses? That's the whole problem. So WWE booked himself in a little corner, meaning that Apollo Crews will become the new Intercontinental Champion. And what the Nigerian drum fight means, I have no clue. They have to, hit the drums before you pin them. I have no clue. But anyway, yeah, let's hope the best for it. And then the match, I am looking so forward to see, people. I believe they had one of the best story build-up throughout whole WrestleMania. Alexa Bliss, she did so amazing with the demonology and all that, and hyping up the match, and threatening that the Fiend will return. And then finally, last pay-per-view on Fastlane, yes, we saw the Fiend return in a burned out makeup face. It was so phenomenal done. They told, and the story's been so greatly told, so very well booked. Hands up, WWE. There you did something right. There you told a great story. And due to Randy Orton won the fire match, I'm going with the Fiend. The win, you get the win over Randy Orton. And then Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley apparently turned heel. Well, that should be a heel turn. Does she need it? No, I don't think so. I think Rhea has done so great. Rhea is just going to kick ass as she did, and I hope she does it. And we're going to see a new Raw Women's Championship. I mean, Asuka has been out so long champion. It's time to see a new champion coming there to be crowned. So Rhea Ripley is the new Raw Women's champion after WrestleMania. Mark my words. And then the final match between Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan in a triple threat match for the WWE Universal Championship. I'm hoping that Edge will win the Universal title and brings back the World Championship. That we can get rid of that disgusting Universal Championship. Nobody likes it. It's a disgusting title. It's been so terribly booked, you know. So in that way, I hope to do it, and that Daniel Bryan can say goodbye to a full-time performer and see him from time to time do still match, but as part-timer in this main event. And yeah, that's how I will book it. And of course, you can have Roman Reigns change it, but it makes more sense that Edge is winning. Also for the percentage-wise on Royal Rumble winners, because that's a long time ago, people, when the Royal Rumble winners won a title at WrestleMania. So by this one. Anyway, those are the predictions from my side for WrestleMania. I hope you agree. Let me know what your predictions are. Put them in the comments. And I will ask you, I hope you have a great WrestleMania. And I'll see you tomorrow for a new WrestleMania day. And after night 1, I will be back online to give my thoughts about night 1 of WrestleMania. And of course of night 2. See you then. Take care. My name is JJ Abbink. I'm reporting for GTA Sports Studio. See you then. Have a great WrestleMania. Ciao.